Hey there, folks. This is Gabriel Shahin, Certified Financial Planner and President of Falcon Wealth Planning. Today, I want to talk to you about Medicare. It's one of the biggest questions people have. At 65 years old, you are now blessed where you get government-provided insurance. Now, that sounds bad when you say that, but what it is, it's regulated costs, and you still have access to all the normal providers that you're used to. You thought 40, 50, 21 was the last exciting birthday. No, 65 is fantastic because you start to save money on insurance. Insurance costs can be expensive. It could be over $1,000 a month for you. But now with Medicare, it could be much, much less. Let's talk about how it works. For example, there are multiple parts to Medicare. Could go Part A all the way to Part N. We're going to go one at a time. Part A is very simple. Whether you're working or not, you have to sign up for Part A. Simple as that. Part A is free. You just have to sign up and enroll into the program. Simple as that through ssa.gov. Next, Part B. Now, for those who are retired, assuming they don't have medical coverage supplemental through maybe a government institution or a private company that offered supplemental insurance at retirement, you have to sign up for Part B. It's just logical. Why wouldn't you? It's income-based. Okay, could be, back then it was $100, now it's maybe closer to $200. And that's the first tier. Keep in mind, $200 a month is a lot less than $1,000 a month for a 64-year-old. This is why it's exciting to be 65 years old. So you have to sign up for Part B, okay, which is income-based. Keep in mind, if you just retired and you were making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and now you're not, there is a form out there to allow for a waiver to take into account what your new income will be. It's an attestation form that you do. It could be from selling property, it could be getting lump sum, it could be from taking part-time work or retirement. There's a lot of different options there, death, divorce, so on and so forth. Now, continuing the conversation, let's just say you're not taking your Social Security yet, because with Part B, the premiums are paid from withholding from your Social Security. But let's say you're 65 and waiting to take Social Security at 67 or 70. Well, you then have to make a quarterly payment for your Medicare. A lot of people don't know that. So what does that mean? If it's $200 a month, that's $600 a quarter that you're going to have to pay to the government to get you insurance. But that's Part B. Keep in mind, Part B is the core insurance from the government. That's what covers 80%. By the way, it could be free depending if you're low income. Okay, so who covers the remaining 20%? Aha, that's where normal insurance kicks in. Well, what's normal insurance? There is no additional cost to that. So that's what's called Advantage plans. Medicare Advantage plans are just the normal insurances that you may have right now. United Healthcare, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, Kaiser Permanente, Mayo Clinic, wherever the case is, they all offer insurance through Medicare. It's just like the ones that you had in your working career. There is no extra cost to this. That's part of the reason you're paying that money here in Part B. They kind of throw this in for free. This is the one that has max out of pockets and a bunch of other stuff. Now, you could check a bunch of different programs out there because some of them may even cover your gym membership. Some may cover prescription meds. There are a lot of different gimmies that they give you to help entice you because they know the government pays 80%. So these have max out of pockets and so on as well. So take a look. Now, keep in mind, Part C, people consider that the HMO plan, okay? Because you still need referrals and so on. Now, I understand if you go through a Kaiser Permanente, which is an HMO plan, you always need a referral. But what if you have an Anthem Blue Cross? If it's through Part C, then yes, you still need a referral. It's still considered HMO. That's why people do what's called Part F through N. Now, the most popular one is Part G. It gives you the most. Costs the most, but it's actually not bad. And this is based on age. You can make $1 million a year, and everybody at the age of 65 pays the same. This is a supplemental insurance. Supplemental, which is Medigap. So some people get this, especially with pre-existing conditions. Keep in mind, some people do this in the beginning. Why? Because you could always, in the very beginning, you could just sign up for Part G. By the way, some of you maybe even have Part F. I doubt you're watching this video because that ended in 2020. But if you have Part F, that is gone as of 2020. Part G is like the newer, better one right now. Not as good as F, but it's the best one that's currently available. Keep in mind, if you're 65 now, there is no pre-existing requirement. So if you have pre-existing conditions, they have to give you Part G if you sign up for it. But if you did Part C, and just like in your working career, what you probably used to do is you used to say, hey, I'm going to get a surgery next year, so I'm going to up my insurance to the platinum instead of the bronze. This is what a lot of 30 and 40-year-olds used to do to save money. Well, Medicare is smarter than that. So here's how it works. If you go Part C to save money so you don't have to pay an additional $150, $200 a month, and by the way, this comes out of your checking account, you can't just decide, hey, at 72, I need a hip replacement and upgrade to this. They're going to do a test on you. So it doesn't work. So a lot of people do Part G first and then go backwards to Part C if that's what they want to do or they want to save money. So it's an important distinction. Keep in mind, the Part F through N, which I should just call Part G at this point, this is what people call the PPO plan. So that's the difference. Here you have much more control than you do in the Part C programs. You pay extra for this. Doesn't matter what your income is. Keep in mind, Part B and C are together. Everybody does Part B no matter what. But if you do Part B and you don't want to pay any more money, you're going to get Part C, where you're going to get, yet again, all those insurance carriers that you've been familiar with for years. Same thing with Part G in this example, but you pay extra and you don't have to pay any deductibles. It's just much better coverage. So it could make sense for you, especially those who can afford it. Now, just to continue and finish this off, Part D, you get prescription meds. Not all of it is relevant. Keep in mind, some carriers on Part B and C or even G will just include prescription meds, so you have to be very careful on that. It's a really good idea to talk to a professional about this, people who do this on a daily basis. Really, that's why we're offering this video. We just hope this cleared up some of the core questions that you may have on Medicare. If you have any additional questions you may have, please reach out to us below. And if you really enjoyed this video, please press the like button and subscribe to our channel.